All right. Hello, hello, hello. We're back again. This is going to be a slightly longer video. I will try and stay on target here, but it really rankled me, and it's something that, in my opinion, we should know about and we should be aware of in the library community. I ran into this story on Wired, the Wired website. Microsoft's ebook apocalypse shows the dark side of DRM. So DRM is digital rights management, defined by TechTarget as a systematic approach to copyright protection for digital media. The purpose of DRM is to prevent unauthorized redistribution of digital media and restrict the ways consumers can copy the content they've purchased. Typically, DRM is implemented by embedding code that prevents copying, specifies a time period in which the content can be accessed, or limits the number of devices the media can be installed on. Sounds good, right? Well, here is the source from Wired. Your iTunes movies, your Kindle books, they're not really yours. You don't own them. You've just bought a license that allows you to access them, one that can be revoked at any time. And while a handful of incidents have brought that reality into sharp relief over the years, none has quite the punch of Microsoft disappearing every single ebook from every one of its customers. Microsoft made the announcement in April that it would shutter the Microsoft Store's book section for good. And starting as soon as this week, this is the first week of July, it's going to remove all purchased books from the libraries of those who bought them. Other companies have pulled a similar trick in smaller doses. Amazon, overcome by a fit of irony in 2009, memorably vanished copies of George Orwell's 1984 from its Kindles because of digital rights management, the mechanism by which platforms retain control over the digital books they sell. You have no recourse. Microsoft will refund customers in full for what they paid, plus an extra $25 if they made annotations or markups, but that provides only the coldest comfort. On the one hand, at least people aren't out the money that they paid for these books, but consumers exchange money for goods because they preferred the goods to the money. That's what happens when you buy something, says Aaron Perzanowski, professor of Case Western Law University and co-author of The End of Ownership, Personal Property in the Digital Economy, maybe something we should think about getting in our collection. I don't think it's sufficient to cover the harm that's been done to consumers. And John Sullivan from Free Software Foundation says here, this is why we call DRM media and devices defective by design. Anyone who bought books from Microsoft now potentially has to go find these same books again on a new platform, buy them again, and maybe even find a new device to read them on. For certain types of readers, particularly lawyers and academics, markups and annotations can be worth far more than $25. And even if none of that were the case, the move rankles on principle alone. Once we complete a transaction, you can't just reach into my pocket and take it back, even if you do give me money, says John Sullivan, again, the executive director for the nonprofit Free Software Foundation. It's not respecting the freedom of the individual. More than anything, Microsoft's ebook Rapture underscores the hidden dangers of the DRM system that underpins most digital purchases. Originally intended as an anti-piracy measure, DRM now functions mostly as a way to lock consumers into a given ecosystem rather than reading or viewing or listening to their purchases wherever they want. It's a cycle that has persisted for decades and shows no sign of abating. These events keep happening, Perzanowski says. When they happen, there's sort of a momentary blip of outrage and frustration, and people get upset, and then they go about their lives until the next time, and everyone's surprised and frustrated all over again, but without a sense that something needs to happen to change this power dynamic. One reason DRM persists is that it remains relatively hidden from the consumer. Amazon and other ebook stores do offer some non-DRM titles, but don't make the distinctions clear. And Perzanowski's research has shown that a sizable percentage of shoppers think that by clicking Buy Now entitles them to similar ownership privileges of digital goods, lending, gift giving, and more as their physical paper counterparts. At least Microsoft can afford to pay off its impacted customers. The next time a platform folds and takes its ecosystem with it, those affected may not be so lucky, which is maybe the real lesson of Microsoft obliterating its ebooks. This has all happened before, and not nearly enough is being done to stop it from happening again. Wow, I am hoping you watch this. I hope you find this content interesting. And again, please like, share, click, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you.